Ebusia for me sign emamo akwaba ediba e chart jumedie no eso ebre no ekwa no yesese bi ade san agroye de na ade san krase for sebe yemfa nkomotwetwe na enhyehyɛ so na ene abranti ameni ni di sa dwuma ni din me producer kan me say edin ye sure o se Zola nie na me say da bi anya sa na make me say abranti ni di o say ane Zola nie. He is the CEO of Live News. Openye akwaba
Yeah,
Apo mo
boko bia boko.
Oh yeah, gan.
No.
Oh yeah,
me have not have fancy.
Oh, okay. Because said the audience when you sounded gan.
Okay, I've lived my whole life in Accra, so.
Oh, okay. Okay. And Ebusia, apart from Zola, Adam so would join us on phone. Adam will also join us on phone. Ebrea say Adam ebemwa yede Adam de no so ebeba na yebema ono so ababeka nkomo twetwe no ehom na de aye di kan de ahyase sa high life ana say high life na Ghanaian drill asema me ka wo enigide ka say no Grammys they are now recognizing High Life and then Ghanaian drill. Is it coming for us to jubilate? And I say, yeah, we are joining in Abiane's thoughts. Say, it's long overdue. What's your reaction to?
Okay, so thank you for this opportunity, and then warm greetings to all viewers, both online and then at home. Then let me just give a mention to Gloria of Kenya, one of the best PRs in Kenya when it comes to brand marketing and stuff. Then to the topic. Biana saying it's been long overdue. At a point, I stand to agree with her. But then this is one of the biggest award schemes. And then regardless of how active the genre has been in a while, Grammy or any academic board people can't just wake up and then include a category into their mode of nominations, because we were in Ghana here and then people were rallying for Azonto to be named as a whole category on its own on VGMA.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't possible because you will need the numbers. You need numbers of people really doing that kind of genre to get it recognized. Talking about the drill music and then the high life. Yes, it's been long overdue because high life has been our identity. But what do we see? Most of our people here that have the loud voices, the large numbers to portray our genre to the world are not even rallying behind the word high life music. You understand me? Afrobeat has gotten to where it is because of the numbers. In our space here, most of the high life artists are even saying, no, I'm doing Afrofusion, Afrobeat, leaving the high life thing behind. But then, anytime Grammy argument pops up, what I tell people is, you need an identity. For you to say I'm an Afro dancehall artist, I am an Afrobeat artist, you'll be in the shadows of people who are really the faces of those kind of genres. Talking of Afrobeat in Africa, in the whole world, it's Nigeria. It's attributed to Nigerians.
Okay, but say you about your homework with Afrobeat.
So that makes you right in the shadows of those doing it. So in terms of selecting people to represent that genre, or in terms of recognizing that genre, they will look at the number of people doing that kind of genre. Is that genre going to last longer? How is the relevance of that genre? Talking of Afrobeat, is the go-to genre now. Even those doing hip-hop in the state are also fusing Afrobeat. Exactly, and then almost the likes of your friend is saying, the Nigerians.
Yeah, when I say, me can say yeah.
Okay,
they can't hear us in Africans because the Afrobeats, and yeah. Almost there to say jazz, pop, that is not what they are doing. Yeah. But Cecilia and Omo who say any no ewo ha.
Yeah.
Into no almost yeah. But are you trying to say, oh, can say, I was say, yes, to see to me fat, dear, ma, yes, to see a dance, no? Yes. I was say to me fat.
Yes, that's the only way we can be recognized. I'm really happy to say Grammy. I recognize the drill, and then the High Life genre. High Life genre, and it's long overdue. Trust me. But the issue is, how was the relevance of High Life music?
Now or then.
Now and then, even now, I'm recognizing the crowd. When you say it will get to a time if it's not relevant again, it might be struck off. If it's me, more.
But what would it take for musicians say Omobeye High Life, and I say what would it take for the old ones to do a switch, and I say new ones coming to see High Life as something enticing that they would want to venture in?
Okay, so the only thing is just get the numbers up and going. Get more artists to be doing the High Life music. Get more artists to be campaigning for the High Life genre to be worldwide, just like Afrobeat has been done. Any other artist you meet, any hot artist you meet, will tell you in Nigeria, will tell you I'm an Afrobeat artist. And then the numbers, we need numbers to keep it going. If we don't get the numbers, it will be useless for Grammy to include this thing, because in America, most of our artists are saying they are Afrobeat artists. So who are the people going to be the go-to people in terms of High Life communication?
It's going to be harmful. Maybe I you can't High Life. Maybe at the snap of a finger. So obo on side na nipa na say Afrobeat we hunu and also watronyum and also real studio sima na we their oil. But maybe I would no share High Life na. So obenya ni tune beat. Sometimes the tone for sa enyum ne kra no hunu now forcing song konkoya. Is it not that High Life is also fading? Okay,
no, High Life will never fade and then has never fade. You know why? Because most of the songs we hear now are High Life music. We are only confusing ourselves. Kelvin Boy Down Flat, High Life music. Most of Black Sheriff songs are High Life music. High Life is not the vocals on the song. It's not the delivery on the song. It's the instrumentation. So.
Okay.
It's the instrumentation.
You move over
that's the
so say okay because me obi beka so say beat wom aye to me sakese aye to me buye mu no na afro pop and na hip like say enyum ne da form na ase me nsa High Life. That is the kind of description.
You see that? See, your Ghana and you know Yema Shatawale High Life song of the year, and then people were fuming and it's not High Life song. I think the High Life song of the year. People, and then it was really an High Life song because the instrumentations defines the song, not the vocals or not the delivery
on the lyrics.
No. See, we lack so much education that we are not ready for certain arguments when it comes to genre of music. See, gospel music has been a reggae or a High Life genre. Gospel music.
Yeah.
So this will tell you that High Life has never faded. High Life has never ever faded.
So
you see the Nigerians,
So then make me I can say ABR at VGMS no. Is there a possibility say bet me nominate ABR Tego Sisters for High Life song of the year? Even though it's a gospel song.
It can, based on the instrumentation of the kind of song that will be picked for that category. It qualifies. Let me tell you, even the High Life, if we don't take care, we'll lose it. And it has started already. Last year, Nigerians released the comeback of Aki Popo. And then most of their soundtrack in that movie were High Life music. So you could see that the subtitles were like High Life music playing. Most of the Nigerians, like the Asheke, like the Joe Boy, when you go to their DSPs, you see them inscriptions on their song Afro High Life music.
So what they are learning from us or they are stealing ours?
Oh no, but Nigeria.
Okay, when I say stealing, not in the bad sense, but say they no wo. Na yanka say they no. Yen sheda endinini. And so some mo ya bontin so for fa ACC no. E dia ACC omo ho.
sanity they be it's been like that from the word go.
Okay.
Because Afrobeat, we've had the historians tell us that Fela Kuti came here and then took our instrumentations, learned from Botela, learned from this our pioneers, went to Nigeria, modified it to their juju music and named it Afrobeat, blah 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 blah. Because yes, Afrobeat has high life instrumentations in it. Yes, so it's just like saying that like I say, you need to buy an Nigerian for not any hit. You understand? See, the Wizkid on an interview said, no Wizkid, Chris Brown on an interview said, the first artist I humanity the word Azonto was Wizkid. And then originally Azonto came from Ghana. But it's now Mombe Fakoi. It shouldn't just be a mere talk, say, or mere conversation, say, Grammy, I recognize High Life. Grammy, I recognize Ghanaian drill. So saying there has to be work. The campaign has to be more now. There has to be more artists doing high life music. There has to be more artists representing the high life genre. It shouldn't just be the normal social media rant, the normal artists going on everywhere saying, there has to be work towards it. If you don't work towards it, it will get to a time you might not even see the high life genre even being recognized.
Somebody like Mr. Drew, now or your dancer, Oba Obesha said to you, no, Nkrofo, where the Obey High Life, and actually, and you ma Obebo Etwato said, I make a Bibeka, so you mean this and High Life. Was Mr. Drew still doing High Life? Most
of his songs were high life fused songs.
Okay.
It has the high life instrumentations in it. It has it. And high life is not about you can dance with high life tunes, but if the instrumentations qualifies to be named high life, it's a high life.
It's high life. Okay, and I think adia parkour a sending tintima wo sa enyom ye and enyom to onimo no mo friend no is it licensing,
music licensing, yeah,
music licensing
and publishing
and
distribution, publishing,
distribution is a contract. What really, I mean, let's draw the line on your contract agreements, license agreements, and Sanyama we no ekoko oftentimes no affect the one we call the musician, because sometimes so utumi hu obi say Zola ena eto nyom no but obekom na Shadrack ne Troy. Sometimes Zola ena eto nyom no obekom no na beats ni ye ne dia, lyrics ni ye media, it's oftentimes messy. Okay. So this license agreement and a contract agreement, is it not one thing? And I said, I don't know whether I want to call it one thing or two things. Music, and I say,
yes, it is. I agree. I agree with whatever you just said. Say, yes, because we are not ready. I always keep telling people that we are not ready because, as a musician or as someone who have taken it upon yourself to be in the field of something, you need to get yourself educated. In music, there are so many things that comes together to make someone an artist. Beyonce, so many artists write for Beyonce. Rihanna, they write for them. But you see, in music licensing, you have to get things right. Few days ago, my artist Luther released a song, and then when I was distributing the song, I had to make sure that everybody has had his fair share of whatever he contributed. Being a producer, you have your right to enjoy some kind of royalties. Being a writer, you have your right to enjoy some kind of royalties. As an artist, if you are not a writer, it's never an offense for someone to write for you. It's never.
So you can have the voice, and then I think Mekai say Akwabua eba sinimono. Even though Akwabua emba sometimes na ibi wa obo organ ni ade opie for morning shows. And so now that's so trauma obi ti se beka.
Yes. And then you see, if your industry with our royalty collective system are very stronger, people like Akwabua and Co should be richer than how they are now. Because intellectual property, also the D word. Songwriter actually owns the song.
Why should he be the songwriter?
He is the brain behind the song. If Otro there any intellectual property, he obey to my dad sorry Ochina, I can tell the musician say, don't perform my song again. At that very moment, you the musician, you are just a performing artist.
That is why I'm asking of this license agreement and contract agreement, because sometimes no me na me to enyum and yes I sank also so try also told the so but me na mato me na try na the amami.
Yes.
Probably we agree to okay utro na mato and answer utro no fee say me na me to me ato and na odi amami. So even if why should there be issues with me and me to performing the song even when our agreement ends or our contract?
No, a contract with performing and then writing doesn't end. Intellectual property doesn't end.
Okay.
It stays as long as the song is still in place. Okay. Michael Jackson is dead. Bob Marley is dead. But, sorry, their families are still enjoying the fruit of whatever song they wrote.
Okay.
People who wrote the song are still enjoying because the word intellectual property is still at play. There's something called a split sheet. Split sheet is the contract agreement between a performer and then a writer. So that's where both parties go into agreement that, okay, I own 40% of this song because you are just performing. I own 60% because I wrote the whole song. I own 10% because I just produced the song. I own 15%. And then that agreement is forever. It doesn't end. But you see, the reason why we are lacking behind this, our artists are not ready to get themselves educated. They think singing alone is the whole thing. I've got so many artists having issues with their producers because of this licensing thing, this split thing. Because from the beginning, they thought, oh, I'm the talent. Everything depends on me. But then they start feeling the heat when they go out of traction for event organizers to get them on bill to perform and stuff. Because licensing, is far different from you getting billed to perform. Sure.
But I want us to move to the next topic. But before that, in a scenario like Diana Samadi, now is it a producer was saying say Sisiano or corner naturally say to me and perform minimum. But the song was sung by Diana, even if it was produced by you or written by you.
Okay. So intellectual property, he owns the words. There's something called intellectual property. On intellectual property contracts, the author of a book owns it. The author of a music owns the rights to the song. Unless there was a contract.
You mean the writer of the lyrics?
The writer of the lyrics owns it. He owns it. As I'm entitled or I own whatever I say here.
Yes, but whatever you say here, I don't repeat it. But in music, whatever you say or tell me or write, it is me singing it.
Yes, you are just a performer. You are just a performer, but you don't own the song. You don't own the lyrics.
So when we part ways, I can't sing that song.
It depends on the contract both of you goes on.
Okay, so that is the line I wanted to draw.
So there can be a contract that, okay, so I'm giving you my lyrics or my writing skills outright, but then just give me 30% of it, of royalties that come. Or I'm giving you, I will own the song, but then I'll give you a performance right of 100%. In this instance, when you perform the song and then you charge $100,000, you own the $100,000.
Right. The next one, my producer say, my time is but the next one I want us to move on to is Ghana's trending story today. Ghana's trending story today from Yvonne Nelson, Sarkodie, and the book title, I Am Not Yvonne Nelson. First, let me be say when who book no. Because now it looks like nipa bebre e can send bebre obi e can dey.
Say me who book no and
what to be?
Me to be.
Okay.
But I've had a soft copy.
What online and obi na demand.
Obi na demand. And then
but see, when we are doing that, marriage campaign, I mean, use my camera, right? When we are doing that, it is very, very bad. It is very, very bad. Like Zola mentioned, it is someone's intellectual property. Obi a throw ni book, obi a ni movie, obi a ni nyom. Na or the ato baby distribution platform and answer baby a obenya hwe kakra na wo betu ama nipa no na ono so etumi enya ne de enti na mepe iPhone ni omo said omo twe omo nyom no untumi ntwi bi ma obi a book na wa the ato social online say to free ho a afre wo to a na wa ye ne te say mo na wo to pete wo yes eno na ebe yie no unko heaven And no NAA. Why do you pick people's intellectual property from movies to music to literary works like people's books, and then you share them anyhow because Obi adding our dream at Zola, let me listen.
No, as I'm not kind there, right? Because I've been one person I'm always advocating against that because a high even our critics.
Okay.
A high, but moving on to the topic, whatever is going on, I've even started posting certain things on my socials, asking questions that was it necessary? Some of the statements.
Which one? Is it the writing of the book or single picking?
The spotlight now.
Okay.
The spotlight
now,
trending now, was it necessary? Because I know at a point in time of everyone's life, we want to write a book just to educate the younger ones coming, just to get her story touching to the younger ones coming, and then motivate and then get them on the right path, because we might have done so many mistakes regardless of how we've achieved in life. But you see, the spotlight now wasn't necessary. Talking about the abortion wasn't necessary. Talking about you being the cause of the end of two friends, Joey B and Papi Gojo, you sleeping with them, wasn't necessary. Wasn't necessary.
But Zola, not to cut you, you agree, say, you're different. Ebia, me tremu sesia, meka wasem, but utia, you are done. Ebia means so come in wasem, I'll come and fight you. That is how I feel okay. We are human beings, I mean, we are different, and I want to be in control, say they are obi interpreting the message and answering the emotions. You understand? And at least I know say in therapy, you won't cry for her to say ebia ne maami akwala kra ne maami abono. Akwala bi obon say osungu ni mu kosi say obenya obi aka kire ne say menya hwe na me maami abo mi ansa na nipa no ebe sane. I don't know if you notice that.
Yeah.
Or tnase eje home and no ne man obi so ha ne maami abo no was when we were pon.
Yeah.
So, I'm saying that because Obi to say Yvonne Nelson, this is something she's been keeping da. And I feel say even now and say I'm put Owodin chance our time no, and I saw according to Owodin chance our time no. So she could have even said it that time and then left it and nobody will know because they say I no can a better appetit baby because from Nigeria to South Africa she's even done Hollywood movies. So a bit to me ako baby, but that is how maybe she finds solace. Say me can because I say this thing has been hunting me and me can and that is it my free. I do understand your point, maybe your argument if I should put Obi wa ebia yes me know when we are phone way. I want to say it. That is how I'll feel free. But it doesn't mean you want to say it. Or it doesn't mean you want to come out and tell people. So if I am, or I want to say I should say, okay, many madam for be Korea phone. I shouldn't say mini Zola Korea phone if I get you.
Yeah. But then you see, one major question that I keep asking is, what's the basis of this book? Is it to educate people? Is it to guide the younger ones? These are the questions going through. If it's to guide the younger ones, then I beg to differ. I beg to say this. It wouldn't help because one, at a point in her life, she decided to change from how she portrays herself on social media, and then went on the tangent of educating young ones. Most of the comments were like, "Why you do now? They don't say you understand?" Saying this kind of the base. I'm trying to get the basis of this whole book thing because if it's to educate the masses, you could have gone straight to saying certain things in regards to whatever you've harbored within you for a longer period without going deep into the issues.
That is what I'm saying. We all have different healing processes. You said yeah, Yebeka as because Obi to say me Shadrach. We are my dear pa na me fiwa and I have not responded to you. It's because I am waiting for the right time. It's not like Mirefi. Yes, that is how I am. It's not like I hold grudges so, but me know what time I will look for your time. And yes, I'm just blunt like that. Zola, are they where we are there? Sorry, I don't see why you should do that. I will not mince words. But Zola is a direct opposite of who I am. Maybe Azola will want to massage the words and says, oh, Shadrach, they only say, the next time, in fact, say, or he'll just, let me just forget about him. And that is how he heals. But that is how maybe I also heal. So in the person's quest to also heal or take the things off her chest, that is how she also felt.
Okay, so basically the book was just about her healing, right?
Her telling the public about her, I was there. So telling the public about her life, the questions people have asked all this while are Omunya answers, she felt it was the time to go plain on what everybody wanted to know. And I mean, it is her life. She could have still concealed it.
Okay, so now that issues, the spotlights have been gathered and then it's trending. Emotionally, how fit will she be to receive all this kind of messages? Because the messages and screenshots and then certain things that people are, the world doesn't forget them. The social media world doesn't forget them. So people are bringing out a screenshot and
social media, you better receipts here.
You understand? Is she ready for this kind of emotional thing, emotional trauma again, or she's? Because people are still asking a lot of questions. I've seen a post of Inyanya replying to a tweet saying that she should come out clear and mention the name of the person she claimed that called her from her house. You understand? Is she ready for certain banters like this? That's what I'm saying. What's the base? Was certain things necessary?
Because sorry, I said this earlier on what do you call it, on Original Trends. Say anybody who knows me too well, Enim say Yvonne is a very close friend. I mean, she's like a big sister, very good friend of mine. But this is in no way to defend this. And yes, wafame kasama for an answer, baby. But Yvonne, I feel say looking at how far she has come, it's not new to social media rant. It happened when Obabe Dumso even when her own mother and the father were calling so all the threats. So all this thing going on social media, even time on Inyanya relationship who a relationship with Brunino, our Benin. All these things have run on social media. There was a time when you say, or a drug addict or torn in Rubonini, and I'm sure she has had her fair share. Because me, if a dada now come and say on social media, I'm hurt. Now, write about me. The next morning, my pen could be there. I don't care. So I'm sure she knows this. But then again, on the other side or on the flip side, Obiti said Inyanya, our full chapter to his name. Sarkodie is in the abortion album. And people trolling Sarkodie, well, I find it offensive because then he wasn't Sarkodie. So the book might have as well, and as a Sarkodie book, and Kemeka said, I am not Sarkodie, I wasn't Sarkodie. Because then, Sarkodie wasn't Sarkodie. And like you said, we all have past.
Yeah,
but now, do you think, Sarkodie, if he feels, say, this thing is a disdain to his image, and I say, he can go to court?
Yes, any other person can do, but Sarkodie might not do. Sarkodie,
no, not as in. Okay, Sarkodie, but if you feel, maybe Shadrach me didn't, and I feel so, Yvonne a good man, me per se, me call court.
You can. That's what I'm saying there. Is Yvonne ready for the banter of most of the certain things she touched on in the book? Is she ready? Emotionally, physically, is she ready? Because even for you to even say someone called you from Inyanya's house, the person can also raise eyebrows that, oh, okay, then me too, I'll take you to court. Or come out, Inyanya can be like, okay, so I'm taking you to court to mention the person's name. Right? Is she ready for that? The trolls, yes, you saying she's grown a tough skin. For how long? Because if she's grown a tough skin, I'm not sure she would have even touched on this. Because you made mention, say, over the years, these are something that she's harbored within her and felt like this is the right time for her to come out clean, right?
Yeah, what I am saying is, that is how they want to express their. I'm sure people have graver issues than what Yvonne has. But say, and that is it. They are fine.
You know I'm laughing. There's one female celebrity that has always also planned on telling the true story of her life.
Okay.
She's planning. And then, seriously, Yvonne's book, I didn't see it coming. The only female celebrity I was expecting for her to come out clear with a story was this female artist. Female I'm talking about. And then, believe you me, most of the things she wants to say, it's going to be really damning. But then, just like I'm asking here, I've asked her several times if she's ready for the emotional trauma, the emotional thing that people will take her through, the social media will take her through. She said yes, she doesn't care.
Because that is what I'm saying. Because for Yvonne's Princess Tyra was in, I think, 2009. And from then till now, Yvonne has been trolled. She's been banned from the movie industry. She's been subjected to mockery. So if I have taken, and mind you, where I say a journey in Dumwasia, obi betu nsuo na free jani so. Ana nsuo ni be huru aba be gu jani mu. Ana say jano be da ma ni nyina be hia gu. What am I saying? It is just going to boil for a while.
Yeah.
So if she has endured for over a decade, what makes you think even if this is running for a year, on to me? Okay,
then I think she's on the right path if she's ready to endure whatever comes with it. For me, it's good to tell your story at one point in life. And then one thing that I said is the things we do at younger stages without proper guidance comes back to hurt us.
Sure. Yes, Zola, thank you so much for passing through. It was a very fruitful discussion. Zola, Oba, also no a fancy half, and Sebi a stream half, into no me bro for half, na me see that came Mama Canina. And so we say for say, and I each at a tea in 7 bar near Pensim more amam. Yet I say someone so moje brea, mode a share. That's a ye best sign a sin kunya near the 7 year Abram within any Shadrach or Dami Ejari Macramo.